Good day and welcome back to Liga Adarna Season 3 Women Rising, the most awaited all-women tournament in the Philippines. Today is the fourth and final day of the Wild Rift tournament, and of course, this is the second out of four series. And who wins this tournament, of course, would be the champions for today. We are your casters, of course, Y2K and Naisou, the hot and sexy duo. For this tournament, the daily giveaways will have 3 winners. Just keep on watching for a chance to win 700 wild cores. Just follow the steps, just like our page and of course the stream. Share the stream, tag 3 friends in the comment section with the hashtag LA Women Rising and exclamation point notify.
Aside from the live stream giveaways, guys, we also have a weekly giveaway. We posted a question last Monday. To join, just follow these 3 simple steps. Leave the right answer in the comment box, hit the like button, and share the post. We're going to actually announce the winners for that every Saturday. So also we have a gift away from ePlayment. Just go to ePlayment's Facebook page and like the page. Look for the giveaway post. It's on there on the timeline. Sign up to the waitlist that is in the comment section and tag 3 friends. Make sure you guys tag your 3 friends. And 7 winners will actually be chosen for that gift away, announced on May 19th. All right, before we officially begin, guys, we would like to acknowledge our partners in making Liga Adarna possible. Liga Adarna Season 3 Women Rising is co-presented by Smart Communications Incorporated, the Philippines' leading wireless provider, and it's powered by ePlayment Entertainment.
And of course, the best type of wins in life are meant to be shared and experienced together with friends with Smart Double Giga Games. Subscribers get 2 GB games every day for League of Legends Wild Rift, Call of Duty Mobile, Mobile Legends, and FB Gaming. They can double up on building their skills for good games and good times with friends. That's Double GG with Smart Double Giga Games. Subscribers can register by downloading the Giga Life app in the Play Store or App Store or dialing *123# and choosing Double Giga.
Next, we'd also like to thank our major sponsors, ePlayment Corporation and Esports News PH. And finally, we would like to thank our charity partner, Worldwide Fund for Nature. While the virtual world is limitless world of wonder for people to explore, Liga Adarna reminds that it's everyone's duty and responsibility to bring forth the interests and survival of our planet in order to #change the ending. The League encourages everyone to band together as a community, join or start a campaign, contribute to environmentally inclined movements and projects, and to take it to the streets. #Speak Up for Nature and call for a genuine policy change.
Of course, all the stars that you guys will be sending will be donated directly to the charity partner Worldwide Fund for Nature. We would like to thank everyone for sending us stars during our live streams. These stars can help change the ending.
Just keep sending those stars, guys, but if you wish to donate directly, you may visit their website at wwf.org.ph/donate.
And yun na nga, and we are now in our second series. Of course, we saw the games of DR Hellcats and of course NXP Tempest. It's still shaking me up on how good that game is. It's like Finals caliber.
Yeah. I mean, I was sitting here watching as well the games that we saw, and that game 3 was just a roller coaster of a match. It actually felt like the final match already, so I am very excited. You know, we got to see Genki Amory yesterday as well as Empress Phoenix, and I'm excited for this matchup as well. But as we get into the pick and ban phase, I would like to go ahead and pass it off to our boy Sh1n Boo with I forgot his line.
One for nine.
There you go. Let's pass it off to Sh1n Boo.
Kaya nyo yan, guys. Thank you so much, Naisou, and of course, Y2K. Eto na, we have the running drop para syempre dito sa Genki Amory and of course EPX, no? So again, considering the best that was mentioned earlier, so we have the Ziggs as the first priority, Garen and Brom dito. I feel like nagtatago muna yung Empress Phoenix dito. They actually have a very notable mid laner, Takane, known for Seraphine, known for actually those artillery mids na ginagamit niya. It makes a lot of sense on just building up your front line bago mo ipakita yung backline mo. Baka nga ADC pa tsaka jungler yung ipapakita dito bago talaga nila piliin yung mid nila. So you get the Wukong, another into the front line. They should start picking up a high-profile ADC. Pero man, okay. Sinave nila yung EDC nila, and they're gonna be willing to have Akane to the front line. Actually, with this kind of lineup, no, the Lux makes it awkward. Pero if you have a solid AOE, bulong-bulong yung Ziggs dito ngayon na makapag-throw and of course punish ko ano may nasa frontline ngayon ng Empress Phoenix. And I was expecting sana like a high-profile ADC when it comes to the range. Ziggs would have been okay din naman. Again, yung Kai'Sa kasi ano na yun, nawala na yung preference sa hindi naman nawala pero nabawasan niya not yung preference sa kanya because of the laning phase. And some are eyeing actually to look towards the Ziggs. Pero I feel like targeting pa rin para sa kanya yung nerf doon sa kiting, no? Doon sa kiting when patch 2.2 was introduced. Whereas sa kabila, i-get na Kai'Sa of the Gragas. Actually, upon first look nung lineup dito, you'll be eyeing in favor of Genki Amory. Pero Genki Amory should be wise enough on getting those penetrations down, on getting those anti-heals down, because they will be dealing with a lot of frontline here. They will be dealing with a lot of frontline here. I would also, bantayan nyo din syempre yung boots na pipiliin ni Fuyu, ni Hazel dito, kasi kailangan may multo. No, kailangan merong Twin Shadows dito na enchantment. Of course, to check Akane. Because I really feel if you are facing Empress Phoenix, kung makakalaban mo ang Empress Phoenix, it's always rewarding to shut down their mid laner, profiling this team. No, so still, if you consider the team fight capacity, you have to be careful still with the Ziggs. You have to be careful still with the Lux. Pero kung ako, just basing on the drop here, who I think will win, I'm leaning more onto the Genki Amory. Although, sorry pala, may idea ako kung paano mag-perform ang Empress Phoenix. Ang lakas pala makalaso ng Empress Phoenix dito. I'm leaning more onto the Empress Phoenix. I'm shifting it. Although, I do feel na mas maganda yung lineup ng Genki Amory dito. Mas straightforward siya. Mas madali i-pull off. Whereas EPX, it demands more movements, especially on the front line. And without further ado, let's pass it on sa ating mga naggawa-gapuang casters, mga kaibigan. Fresh from West Coast hanggang Saudi Arabia. Mga kaibigan, Naisou and Y2K, take it away.
Maraming
Thank you
salamat.
very much.
Siyempre, Sh1n Boo with a 1 for an eye for that wonderful analysis. Of course, this is the the first game of our second series. We have Genki Amory and Empress Phoenix. Let's get it on as the second part of our top 4 commences right now.
Yeah, so far, man, I'm actually really excited for this. I'm glad that we got to see them play yesterday as well. So, as I said yesterday, I'm a huge fan of Akane here playing the Akali, also one of my favorite champions in the game, and it's going to be an interesting matchup here. Akane on this Akali versus the Ziggs, and we're just going to have to see how these two team compositions play out. Also, we have a Wukong jungle this time for Empress Phoenix. Very interesting plays can happen with a Wukong jungle, especially with the baiting of a lot of these ultimates on Genki Amory. We saw it yesterday too. I forgot exactly who played that, but we saw that Wukong jungle baiting out so many different cataclysms and ultimates, from a Jarvan there. So I hope to see it here with Kazuri's Wukong as well. And we're in for an interesting matchup for this series too.
I mean, there's a lot of setup that Wukong can probably deny, especially the cataclysm. He can just mirror image out and just hope for the best, hit the Cyclone behind the backline, have the Jinx ready for any possible ambush, and then probably the spike would be around mid to late game when the Jinx already have the item that she needs. But again, this is a Bunzi Kai'Sa, which is probably the El Terrible of the composition, especially with the upgraded Ictarian Rain early on, like around 3 minutes or 4 minute mark. It's very, very dangerous to get against Bunzi at that time.
Yeah, and we saw Bunzi perform yesterday as well, so it's, as I said, another Kai'Sa pick. Kai'Sa has that potential to really just turn into a monster, especially late game. But if Bunzi on this Kai'Sa does manage to get those kills, just like she did yesterday, it's going to be another Kai'Sa story here as far as the scaling goes and everything. So they really have to, Empress Phoenix has to figure out how to control the Kai'Sa from snowballing out of control, basically. And also on top of that, Hanyu on the Ziggs performing very well yesterday as well. And even though you don't think about Ziggs as much, because a lot of the time Ziggs damage comes from a distance, whether it's the Mega Inferno Bomb or, the satchel charges to disrupt team fights. And really, Ziggs also offers that demolisher role as far as pushing down these turrets and everything. Here comes a gank right here, and this might be, and there's the flash from Hanyu, but there's the return gank from the Jarvan, and Kazuri's just going to go ahead and get away there. That was a nice response by both jungles. right there. And we did get a flash out of Hanyu's Ziggs. So that is a win for the mid lane right there so far.
Yep, which regards to the flash being burned early on in the game, like that's down for around 2 minutes, as you can see the time.
Yeah.
They need to probably think on how they will neutralize the Ziggs this early in the game. Especially the only escape that he have is his bomb, or the shrapnel rather. That being said, now the capability of the Wukong being very aggressive is high, especially if they have the combination of the Akali. But again, this engage from the Gragas with explosive cast and of course a Cataclysm for the J4 can really make a difference, unless again if the Wukong can bait those ultimates and then they can just go all in once all said and done.
Yeah, the thing here is you have this Cloud Drake coming up, and you're going to see both teams working their way to this Drake. The thing is, Ziggs doesn't really need the flash for this fight. You know, Ziggs can stand in the backline. Doing what Ziggs needs to do is Hanyu can just throw the Mega Inferno Bomb, cause of that threat there. But here it looks like they're going to be a fight here. The initiation coming out. There's the explosive cast. The Glacial Fish are coming down too. The final spark, the Cloud Drake being secured by Jarvan, and now it's a team fight here. The first blood also being drawn, and there you go. All the shields coming out in time. The perfect execution by the Akali. A Kayn very low. Jinx working on this Lux, and she's going to get taken down there. There's a double kill for Powie on the Jinx. A Kayn also getting away just barely there, and that's going to be a dragon for Genki Amory, but it's now 2-4 in favor of Empress Phoenix.
And Empress Phoenix doing a really good job in probably trying to bait once again. Keyword bait the Cataclysm, just leaving the Braum in the hay of stack that he have, and then suddenly the damage from the Jinx is super effective, especially with the Conqueror staff being at the fullest potential. Now, probably they would be thinking of how they will retaliate. Especially that's a 4 kill, but also they would Genki Armory will be taking the Cloud Drake, which is pretty effective if you're running this composition. You have the Gragas, of course, you have the J4. You need that mobility more than ever. Of course, in this type of situation, you need probably to lock down either the Jinx or Akane. As we all know, Akane's capability of being mid lane is pretty scary, especially on this type of lineup. We have the Cyclone, of course, Akane with the execution and all that stuff, and now probably most logical thing that they need to do here is really utilize the Ziggs, utilize the pushing potential, utilize the damage that she can deal in the backline, and of course, don't forget the J4 on having that early engages.
Yeah, the early engages will help, and we've got the Rift Herald now up, and again, because we have that Cloud Drake on Genki Amory, this does make it all the harder to catch that Kai'Sa. Bunzi on that Kai'Sa. We actually mentioned this yesterday too. With that, they grabbed that Elder Cloud Drake, and that speed helps Bunzi so much with the kiting potential on this Kai'Sa. And now they have that first buff here as well. So there's going to be some dancing around the Rift Herald until they get a clear shot at it, but overall, most of the champions here are starting to get their first items, and we're going to look for some type of initiation here for this Rift Herald, because the Rift Herald is really, as you guys know, Rift Herald, once you secure that, it's a good play to play before the next Drake comes up. So we're going to see something here as the Scuttle is secured around this Rift Herald, and it's going to pretty much be a back and forth here until someone decides to pull that trigger on the Rift Herald.
Like a Rift Herald is like almost guaranteed turret. It's like it's either way how they will do it, but the solo kill from the Garen, and there's a turret coming up to the top lane, and top lane there might be a fight. Broke it out, Cataclysm will be hit, and also the Cyclone they wasted, and the GA will be popping up. Now the Jinx might be in trouble, he will be taken down, and Bunzi just doing the free damage from behind. But now Hanyu from the heavens with that bomb, of course a normal hit, but now he is all alone. He will be also taken down. Akane might be in trouble, running over at the side, but no mana for Hazel, not doing the lance, and this might be the opportunity for them to take the Herald.
Yeah, it was a good job. They locked down that Kaisa there. You know, they locked down Bunzi. And as you mentioned earlier, that's pretty much the play here for Empress Phoenix. They have to lock down Bunzi, and if they're able to do that, then they can let Akane do what she does well on the Sakali, and we saw it right there, and as well as Paui on the Jinx. Just nice positioning, nice damage. Already has that Infinity Edge too on Jinx, and you know, she's able to pump out that damage. And now we have Rift Herald is still up, and now Mountain Drake is also up. So there's going to be a decision here. Both teams looking to take the Drake. Rift Herald still doing its own thing up in the top portion of the map, but we're going to see another fight here, most likely, and just transition into something before the Drake starts.
Hopefully they don't burn any utilities before starting the Drake, because that's a crucial thing, especially if you are the lineup that really depend, especially on your abilities, like, I don't know, like Cyclone and everything. You need probably to gap closer aside from the abilities that you have. And now Explosive Cast will be hit, and again the follow-up, Fuyu might be go, but again the rest of the team would follow, and Genki Amory out of nowhere, there's the Mega Bomb, but that's not enough for the Jinx to be taken down as they try to box out the Drake, and now they will be taking the Scuttler, probably with the Drake, but I don't know what's the answer for what's the answer of Empress Phoenix about this one.
There's the Glacial Fissure. Now they're going to go ahead and fight, but it's an uneven match here. The Cataclysm coming out. There's the Stasis by Kane, but most likely going to get taken down here. Never mind, pops the Shroud and is able to get away with the Shuriken Flip, but here comes the Body Slam. Now they're working on the Dragon, and the Dragon is taken. Nice smite by the Jarvan. Hazel with that smite finger looking pretty good, and everybody getting really low. Are they able to take down Bunzi on this Kaisa once again? Garen trying her best to get it, and there's the kill. Here comes a Kane with the perfect execution, able to take one down right there, not to mention a double kill for the Garen. What a turn of events right there for Empress Phoenix. You know, they lost the Dragon, but they got the kills.
In that case, I think the Cataclysm is activated too early, and then leaving the status from McCain in that burning the status, but again probably it's not enough for Genki Armory to deal that kind of damage, especially when Bunzi is being boxed out of nowhere by the Garen, which is a pretty effective and good job by Mina. Just going into the back line, doesn't matter if there's 3 people at the back line, as long as he get the chunk of damage out of Bunzi, and then she will finish the job, and at the same time the follow-up from the team will follow. Yep, the objective, they didn't get it, but the kills is still aligning to their end.
Yeah, I gotta give it up to both Mina on the Garen and Dora on this Braum, because they're playing it so well, being the upfront liners for their team here. And you can see it right there just from the 10 assists on Dora's Braum. And, you know, Dora has shown up time and time again that she's a great support player. All she had during the majority of these fights was literally Randuin's Omen, and she goes and takes front shots so much for her back line that this is why this is why Paui can make those plays, because Dora and Mina are so well played at zoning everybody out, and at the same time on the other side Genki Amory has to handle that. They don't have that itemization right now to be able to handle those big front liners, and not to mention you have to worry about Kazuri initiating with the Cyclone and the images. And here you go, you have an initiation, a face check right there. Everybody getting so low, but are they able to? There's the Mega Inferno Bomb popping the GA, and now Jinx in the backline. Hazel getting very low. A Kane trying to get out in time as well, and everybody's getting very low. Looks like Kazuri might get taken down. There's a GA, another one's being popped. There's so much in the Demacia justice from Mina taking her down, and now they're into the turret. A Kane again just getting away barely with the Akali right there. Paui also very low, but they're going to look to either back off, and Mina's going to go ahead and put some damage on that turret. But that was a face check right there, and they punished them for no vision in that bush.
I mean, they can turn things around in that fight, especially on that face check. But again, leaving the Lux bot, I don't know, probably lifeless, and there's no possible snare that can happen except the Gragas body slam and all of that stuff. But with regards to that team fight, Paui being the hyper carry in the back line, dealing a lot of damage, and of course Mina doing a good job going into the fight, activating the stone plate enhancement that she really needs when it comes to the team fight, because it really scales on how many people are around you. So the tankiness will really depend on that one, especially on that team fight that he really sustained a lot of turret hits just to secure some of the kills.
Yeah, and as I said, a Kane on this Akali is a very interesting thing to watch. 6-0-7, has that Leandra's and that death cap, and is just able to put out so much damage and also take in aggro, and then all she has to do is pop that shroud and she's safe, and she comes back in so well on this Akali. And not to mention, as you said, Tawi just in the back lane doing her thing on the Jinx, and now the Infernal Drake comes up for the taking. They are looking to get their first Drake, as much as they have been winning these team fights. And again, they don't want to give this one to Genki Amory, because that would be 3 Dragon buffs for them. They're looking to get it. Here comes the initiation. There you go, the Glacial Fissure coming out. Here comes the Mega Inferno Bomb, and a nice final spark there. Now they're working. The Drake is still up. Jarvan going in, but he's not going to be enough, and he gets taken down as well. The Drake's still up, but there's the stasis from Hanyu, and she's going to get taken down as well. And the Drake also going over to Empress Phoenix, and not to mention an ace for Empress Phoenix right there around that dragon pit.
They tried to probably contest it. I mean, it's too much damage, to be honest. Like, they had all the crowd control that they need, and now with that team fight, they're closing in on the 1-0 victory that quick. 15-minute on the mark. Yep. But really, they really tried to contest it. I know that's a Gragas, that's a J4. Cataclysm behind, that's way behind, but they didn't anticipate out of nowhere the Karen, and of course Akane's Akali dealing a lot of damage in the back line. Of course, Howie's Jinx is really really unstoppable at the moment. But for more detailed analysis, of course, we'll be passing on to our good friends. Of course, we have Isaac and Sh1n Boo with 149. Take it away.
Oo, diba? Sabi sa inyo eh. I mean, if it's Empress Phoenix, man, if it's Empress Phoenix, sabi ko, I feel na mas madali yung lineup ng Genki Amory. Pero, mas magaling talaga sa team ng Empress Phoenix. Nakilala na yan eh. Dun sa Solaris Summit pa lang. 'Di ba? And again sa Empress Phoenix nga, meron silang mid laner na kailangan yung abangan, si Akane. As akala ko backline lang yung mid lanes niya. Dati sa Seraphine, ngayon ito nagdi-deliver siya with the Akali. And actually looking into the graph, no? Yan guys, kami nga pala Analyst, Sh1n Boo and Isaac. Silip tayo dun sa graph natin. You can actually see there na again, it's a step lead. Ibig sabihin ng step lead, every lead, nag-scale down, hanap ulit ng next objective, gagawa ulit ng lead dito, yung Team Empress Phoenix. Pero they're taking leads as a team, they're taking leads as a whole. And if you look into naman, tingin tayo doon sa items. If you look into each individual champions, makikita mo naman talaga na they can actually fare well of their own. The team fights by nature is actually prolonged. Hindi siya all-in. Even though there is a Wukong, even though there is the Braum. Because it's mainly of the Akali na nakaka-able to get that executes and finishers, no, sa bandang dulo. Isaac, ikaw, ang iniisip ko na lang dito, I feel Empress Phoenix is good, but ang iniisip ko na lang dito, what are the better moments sana dito ng Genki Amory kung sakaling gusto nila bumawi o magkaroon ng laban at least with Empress Phoenix?
Kailangan nila palitan yung draft nila. We saw several times pagdating dito sa laban na to was the objective. Tulad nga ng sabi mo, step by step, lumalamang etong Empress Phoenix. Bakit? It's because of the prolonged fights. Dora the Destroyer, sinama mo pa si Mina, masyado silang makunat para sa GK. Because of the tankiness na etong si Mina, si Dora, nagiging sakit sa ulo sa GK, Akane was left completely unattended.
Yeah.
Able to just dive in the backline, not give Hanyu or Bunzi a good time pagdating sa mga team fights. The only way they would be able to actually possibly make a game 3, bumawi dito, is they need to change up their draft completely. We know Sly as a very solid player when it comes to tanks. The Lux pick is great, pero we saw that prolonged team fights, their ability to adapt on the fly, they could not utilize it. Kasi yung champion, yung composition sila, it's poke and peel, pero hindi nyo ma-peel si Dora at si Mina. And that completely fell apart for them.
Gaya din sinabi nga natin kanina, no, prolonged team fights sa paring Isaac. Etong lineup na to, kahit sabihin natin it's easier to pull up, it's parang press and done. Pag tapos ka na magbato ng spell mo, sa prolonged team fight, medyo mahirap yung continuity mo, di ba? After mo magamit yung Mega Inferno Bomb, after mo magamit yung Cataclysm, parang ano pang balang meron ka, di ba? What else can be
Exactly.
so ayan, it's totally I think it really falls in favor nga sa side dito. It really falls in favor nga sa side dito ng Team EPX yung ganung klaseng config ng mga labans. Pero siguro if we want to revisit yung sinabi mong change the draft, then siguro nga something that can deal with Mina or Dora. Probably nga maybe roll out an ADC na mas hard hitting pa sa frontline eh. Draven, alam mo 'yon?
Tama,
Para hindi
tama.
basta hindi basta makakabuelo or lalakad-lakad ng isang Garen or Grom sa'yo on scouting at information. Maybe onto the jungler. Maybe kahit na nerf. Maybe pick up the Lee Sin. You know? Kick back the Garen. Kick back any main initiates dito ng EPX. Ganon. Kasi, at saka, Lee Sin as the Tempest, you know? To reveal the likes of Anakali. We can only imagine the running available drops dito. Also, the Lux.
It's
Although
it's how they played it out eh. At the end of the day, kung hindi makakaporma si Banzi tsaka si Hanyu dito, mahihirapan. Kasi makikita nyo, yes, it's a poke and peel composition. You're gonna poke them down so they cannot fight. It did not happen because Empress Phoenix had a front-to-back comp. While Dora and Mina get the attention, si Kazuri will set up for Akane to dive the backline. Pawi can continuously reset, free hit, and just have an easy time taking objectives. Step by step, ginawa nila yon and they're prolonging the fights. Etong si Fuyu, we know for a fact na etong si Fuyu, kaya niya mang-aliw, man-distract, magpasakit ng ulo ng kalaban. Could not do it this time. We can also note down na solo kill to ng Garen, bot side, before another crucial objective, no? Being solo killed goes to show how much of a lead Mina had because of the prolonged fights na kailangan i-address neto ng Genki Amory. That kind of team fight is just way too hard for them.
Yeah. I believe na dapat hindi ganun eh. Dapat hindi ka na solo kill ng Garen. I don't expect the Garen killing the Gragas. I don't expect the Gragas easily killing the Garen, no? Parang yung lane na matchup na yan, parang dapat walang namamatay dyan eh. Kasi Gragas has good wave clear from a distance. Of course, Garen has just good wave clear period, no? And, ayun, yung Lux, again, I just want to repeat the Lux part, na siguro palitan, melee support, maybe, on that front. Maybe have the Gragas as the support one. Maybe have the Galio. Piling ko Galio eh, no? Sa lineup na to. Ewan ko lang kung nakaban.
Galio was available actually. They banned out Oriana, Katarina, Ezreal, and Ari. So Galio was available. They could have picked up an Alistar. Someone more beefy to really allow and enable Hanyu and Banzi. A lot of people, pinaprioritize nila. Napakalakas na mga carry. Kailangan i-address yung carry na yan. But it's usually the enablers for the carry, no? Si Dora, again, showing up, in-enable niya si Pawi tsaka si Akane. Sly, on the other hand, could not do the same for Banzi and Hanyu kasi hindi rin siya nabubuhay sa dive netong ni Mina. Yung dive ni Dora, the blows, the stuns is just way too much. May knock-up pa ni Kazuri.
And again, to repeat, just drop in such a way that you can pivot your way. SVP naman si Hanyu dito. Pero still, I believe na hanap kayo ng solusyon pa na kaya nyong mapa-behind si Akane, mapa-ahead yung mid lane ninyo. No? Yep. Para sa dito ng Genki Amory. Again guys, we've been theory crafting on how Genki Amory can actually answer Empress Phoenix dito. Because they're the ones fighting with their backs against the wall. Ang deado po dito ay ang Genki Amory. I was expecting Empress Phoenix. Sabi ko nga, mas maganda yun. Para sa akin, mas madali i-pull off yung lineup ng Genki Amory. Mas madali siya pindot-pindutin. Kailangan may galaw-galaw ka muna sa side ng Empress Phoenix. Pero Empress Phoenix kasi may tanky na sila and they have the skill to boot. They have the micro to deliver it. I've seen it on different tournament. They're doing it the same here para dito sa Liga Adarna. And it feels na lumalakas lang lalo tong team na to. Sa totoo lang, itong team na to, sinimulan to, minamaliit ng mga teams, no? Pero ngayon, eyeing on actually getting into the finals at mukhang facing Genki Amory, mukhang, I think they're looking well. Remember, Genki Amory has taken their fair share of wins din, para dito sa Liga Adarna. So, hindi naman basta-basta rito ng Genki Amory. Adjustment lang sa draft. I think let's start from there, no? Let us start from there. So, I think, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be it muna para dito sa ating post-game analysis. It's 6:21. It's a whooping lead by Empress Phoenix, no? So, Advice, of course, hindi lang naman siyempre tayo Genki Amory dito. Kaya lang naman ang minimal na advice natin sa Empress Phoenix. Kasi ang tangalagang advice lang natin sa Empress Phoenix, do not fix what is not broken. Diba?
Exactly.
Just repeat their own formula. Sa totoo lang, yun na yun eh. I mean, how will you dictate on how they will do better on that game number 1? They've done really stellar on that game number 1. Pero ayun, that's it for that post-game, mga kaibigan. Let's look what will happen on to this game number 2, the semifinals number 2 ng Liga, Adarna, Sh1n Boo, and of course, Isaac, Naisou, and Y2K. Take it away.
There you go.
Alright.
A very, very detailed analysis, and of course, I really agree on what happened in that game. And really, really dominant by Empress Phoenix on that one. And again, that analysis is brought to us by Smart Double Giga Games. Of course, that's Double GG for 2 GB games every day for League of Legends, Wild Rift, Call of Duty Mobile, Mobile Legends, and FB Gaming. Download the Giga Life app on Play Store and App Store, or dial *123# and choose Double Giga.